It's so absurd, it doesn't even seem like America.
A 65-year-old diesel mechanic trying to help professional drivers whose vehicles kept breaking down, sentenced to 1 year in a federal prison for violating Biden EPA rules.
I mean, it seems like on a regular basis, we find something crazy that these Democrats and that the Biden-Harris administration implemented that didn't help business, that didn't help Americans. It actually cost small business, and it actually put people like Troy in prison, federal prison, for working on vehicles. Come on, man. Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel.
I can look at this guy. I guarantee if you were mandated, let's say you have a tractor that's broken and you know exactly how to fix it, you wouldn't be too happy about being mandated to bring the tractor back to John Deere or wherever you got it, right? You'd like to fix it.
Not so much.
Okay. I mean, they actually have, the Democrats, a restriction that if you get caught fixing your tractor, they bring you to jail. You know that? You know that I pardoned a man last week who was sentenced to 7 years in jail because he got caught fixing his car or his truck. I said, I like to always say, what did he do? Sir, he was fixing his truck. I said, how long is he getting? 7 years. I said, say it again. It's the first time I've ever heard it, like 2 weeks ago. I gave him a pardon because he had to go to jail because he was fixing his tractor or his truck. So I promise, Ken, if you ever get caught fixing your tractor or truck, I will give you a pardon, okay? No, but these are the crazy Democrats. That's what they want. I terminated the ridiculous so-called diesel exhaust fluid requirement. Does that mean anything to you guys? Big, right? Joe is happy, so I want to keep him happy just in case he gets violent. He's happy.
Hey, finally, we have a president with some common sense out there. Seriously. The Green New Deal or Green New Scam that the Democrats implemented 4 years ago, I mean, it was a net negative for our country. And I mean, it obviously hurt the farmers. It hurt the trucking industry. When you think about, the illegal immigrants that came through the southern border, that basically stole jobs, construction jobs. And then obviously we found out that they were giving these people, CDL licenses and things of that nature. It actually stifled the growth of American business. And then you turn around, with all these, environmental policies that they implemented, and you can go to jail for working on your own tractor, working on your own trucks, your own vehicles. I mean, this makes absolutely no sense. Zero, none. But that is the way of the Democrat Party, because the reality of it is they don't want you to have anything. They don't want you to be a success. They're not interested in that. They want you to own nothing and be happy about it. They want the government to run every aspect of your life. Essentially, the Democrat Party wants their slaves back. Simple as that. The only difference this time is they don't care the ethnicity. They want the entire United States population to be indentured servitude or, in bondage to them. It's ridiculous, man. And for the life of me, I don't understand why people continue to support these people. I really don't.
A 65-year-old diesel mechanic, beloved in his community, winds up sentenced to a year in federal prison for violating EPA rules. He's now asking the Trump administration for a pardon, saying he was only trying to help some truckers keep their rigs on the road. National correspondent Jeff Paul has his story.
When it comes to anything diesel, Troy Lake knows how to fix it, especially newer EPA-mandated emission systems that seem to be sidelining drivers.
We'd get 200 calls a day. My truck's broke.
From commercial big rigs to school buses and fire trucks, Troy says everyone was breaking down.
The biggest thing I was hearing is the devices or their truck broke down and not able to deliver products or not able to get to a fire.
Troy found a workaround.
This is the EGR system. This is one of the things we were turning off.
He tapped into the engine's computer, disabling some of the federally mandated emission systems.
I didn't want to be Robin Hood. I just felt that it was wrong as far as what the government was doing to American people that wanted to work.
When the government caught on, they raided Troy's shop in 2018. But 6 years later, under the Biden administration, he was charged and pled guilty to conspiracy to violate the Clean Air Act. Now on house arrest, Troy spent 7 months in federal prison.
It's an experience I wouldn't want anybody to go through.
Troy's case is now the driving force behind a new law one senator is accelerating to make sure the road ahead is much smoother for both drivers and mechanics.
It's so absurd, it doesn't even seem like America.
Wyoming Senator Cynthia Lummis introduced the Diesel Truck Liberation Act.
We want clean air, clean water. We want our land to be beautiful. This notion that this is a binary choice, the environment or humans, is wrong. We can have both.
It not only prevents the EPA from prosecuting Clean Air Act violators, but calls for freeing folks like Troy.
I want my life back. My wife and I, we need our life back.
When we contacted the EPA about Troy's case, they referred us to the White House. Senator Lummis has sent a pardon request to the White House, which is aware and now reviewing. A decision is ultimately up to President Trump. John?
Hey. And the president came through. Once again, we have a president that actually care about Americans and care about, working class Americans. Now you got people out there, that, will say all types of negative things about the president, right? They'll call him crazy. They'll call him a buffoon. They'll call him racist, all of these types of things. But when you think about the policies, you think about what he's trying to accomplish in the country, the goal is to improve our nation overall. You got a lot of folks looking for handouts. You got a lot of folks looking for freebies. You got a lot of folks thinking that the only way that this country could be, quote unquote, considered great is if I get something handed to me. I wholeheartedly disagree with that sentiment. I wholeheartedly disagree with it. And it's really sad when you have people that have their hands out. They don't want to work for it. They got their hands out. And they judge, the president, or they judge the nation based off of, how much freebies they can get. On the flip side of that, you got an administration in the Biden-Harris administration that decided to make an example out of this man, for helping out small business owners. Let's just call it what it is. Most of your people that own these rigs, most of your people that, own these tractors or farmers and things of that nature, these are small business owners. I'm sure they're doing well. But when you look at the cost of diesel and then you add, all this, environmentally friendly, it eats into the profit margins. And ultimately, the consumers, we pay the bill because in order for them, to live up to or uphold, these crazy rules, they got to charge more for their services. It costs more for a load, so forth and so on. I mean, it's so ridiculous, man. So ridiculous. So shout out to President Trump, for doing the right thing and not being concerned with, what people think. That's the thing that I really, really appreciate the fact about the president. He doesn't care what people think of him, and he doesn't care what the media thinks of him. He just wants to do the right thing, and he wants to do the right thing for the American people. And I appreciate that 1000%. I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. What are your thoughts on it? Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on to all so you never miss an upload. Support what we're doing over here. Join the ARP family. You can get you some merch. That link's down below. Buy your brother a coffee. That link's in the description box. The Cash App works as well. Support what we're doing over here. We really appreciate you guys, man. Join us Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for ARP in the morning. And as always, keep God first. Stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you guys next time. Peace.
It is God who arms me with strength. Yeah, I'm battle ready. He trains my hands for battle. My heart stays steady. But thanks be to God, he gives us the victory. Through my Lord Jesus Christ, it can't live in me. I was down to the dirt, red clay on my shoes, old pain in my shirt, oh so bruised. Then the Lord hit my chest, kicked air from my breath, put power in my step.